Hello everyone. Hello, hello. So we have a few people who have already joined. Let's wait for the rest of them to join. We have Henil. Hey Henil. Nice name. Let's wait for a few more minutes for everyone to join and then we can begin. Hello, hello Tosif. Hello Mohit. Everyone's weekend so far. So whoever is attending this session right now, I'm pretty sure they have a happening Saturday night for sure. Let's wait 1 or 2 minutes more and then we can begin. Hi Anil. How are you? How is everyone? I'm good too, Anil. I'm good too. This is the first time I think that we have started the session in such a short time. I mean, I know it was scheduled for tomorrow and then we cut it short and rescheduled it to today, and I'm glad everyone who has joined. Chalo, while we wait for everyone to join, what we can do is for all the new apes who have recently joined the community, I'll just begin with a short introduction on what apes does and who we are and what's the purpose of it. Chalo. So apes, as you all know, is AI powered entrepreneurs community. The idea is to ensure that every entrepreneur who is working on a startup knows what kind of AI tools to use to his own benefit so that they are competitive, they can scale and within budget. The idea is that, and of course, the idea is also to motivate all the startup and young founders to grow their hello Bimal, to grow their business and not give up on it. If you have any idea, this is the platform where you'll get the right motivation to stick to your goals. What's the vision? As I said, we plan to grow it to 50,000 entrepreneurs. We are building an ecosystem, one that, helps you to support, connect, and accelerate your business while also ensure you're not alone. You don't feel alone in this journey. Akula bot, are you using AI? Why is there a bot in your name? ठीक है. So how do you make the most of apes? We already have given you access to the directory. I hope everyone has it. If not, you can mail me on support at the rate futureinai.com and share your queries there if you don't have access to the directory yet. So community access, we have a platform on Telegram, which obviously if you have joined, you already know that. If you're not active on Telegram, I'll just make sure you are active there because all the chats, all the connections, all the networking is happening there. If you don't have access to the Telegram private chat as well, where everyone in the community chats and discusses their problems, Again, I'll make sure to share that message again where I've shared the steps on how you can join that discussion chat as well. But apart from that, just make sure you're active there. You share your problems. You share wherever you are stuck, etc. Members directory, we are 3,000 plus members strong, and everyone can see who each other's what they are doing, what they are looking for. Each other, you can connect with each other using that directory. I mean, it has email IDs and everyone, so members, that is one way for members to connect with each other, know who they are communicating with, who is their you know in network. Offline communities, meetups. We have already organized 3 offline community meetups so far. One was in Mumbai, second one was in Jaipur. Today, the third one happened in Ahmedabad. We will soon plan for Bangalore. I got a message as well on Telegram to plan it for Delhi. So we are in the process of doing that. So just be patient. We'll get there. We'll organize gradually in every other city. For those who, I received one message on Telegram who said that they want something in Mumbai as well. The thing is that we will plan something in Mumbai soon, but we only recently did it, so it may take time before we get again in Mumbai. So what you learn in the community by being the part of APEs community. So we organize 2 live masterclasses every month. One is for AI, where we teach you how to use AI for your business, and the other one is where you learn business ke fundays, how to grow your business, what things are required, etc. Everything about team building, business growth, and on those lines. You learn from top experts. We always ensure that we get you in touch with the top experts from their field, so that you if you have any question, you are already in you already have someone who is expert in their field to answer those questions for you. You get access to all the recordings. So if you have only joined recently, you can access all the recordings of the webinars that has happened so far. These are some of the past workshops that we organized. If you can see, there's the idea to business plan, scaling your team with AI, D2C roadmap, AI agent masterclass. So yeah. So we conducted one demo day, I think in May, and we are soon planning to conduct another demo day next month, which is in July. So stay tuned for that. You'll get more updates in the community chat and as well as in APES newsletter. I hope you all are getting the APES newsletter. If not, you can just share your email ID with me in Telegram group, and I'll make sure that your email ID is added in the list. So why we exist again, I mean, the main purpose of apes is to ensure that you start the business. 87% of people, they want to start a business but don't know where to start. They don't have the right motivation. Sometimes along the lines they feel that they're not doing the right thing. So this platform is for all those people who are in the process, who are looking forward but somehow don't have anyone similar to talk to. What's coming next? So we are soon planning to launch apes mobile app, where every chat communication will happen on that app itself so soon. For those who are tired of checking Telegram just for apes, or who joined Telegram just for apes, you'll soon be getting rid of that Telegram community. And okay, Sahana is super fast. She sent a message for the newsletter. Yes, Sahana, I'll look into it. So yeah, soon we'll have the mobile app for it, where you'll have all access to all the resources right there, and even the chats and everything. So yes, let's now begin with our today's session, which is on branding with AI. And today we have an expert who has worked in multiple big companies. So Kirti Vardhan Rathore is a multidisciplinary designer with over a decade of experience navigating the intersections of branding, user experience, and information design within both government and corporate ecosystems. At Hindustan Petroleum, he led the creation of the Golden Jubilee identity, developed corporate branding guidelines, and built internal design systems with a legacy PSU. Currently, he's working at UIDAI. He's redesigning how we use Aadhaar with a focus on trust and usability. And and as an alumnus of NID Bangalore, he also runs the Broken Hash, a self-initiated studio reviving tangible design through postcards, calendars, indie print media. His work blends strategy and storytelling from government platforms to cultural projects, shaping brands that are clear, contextual, and human. So please join me in welcoming Kirti. Here he is. Hi Kirti, how are you? Thank you for
I'm,
taking time out for today's session.
I'm so sorry for this. Matlab, sorry for rescheduling, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I guess we can start with the session now.
Okay,
So I'll leave you to it.
yeah, thank you so much. So okay, so like I would like to begin with saying I am sorry. I'm like really sorry for this, for like rescheduling tomorrow's lecture to today, and because something came up, so I heartfelt apologies. So today, like we are going branding 0 to 0.5. Why am I saying it 0.5? We'll get to know it in a bit from Apes, from me, and like this date today. So this is a disclaimer. This presentation will not make you a brand god. This presentation is just an entry point in the world of branding and design. You need to work a lot harder than just listening to a nobody for an hour. But this nobody will try his best to give you the most value in the coming hour. So let's hope it goes. And it goes without saying, I would love if I can like interact with you guys, if you can like write something in the chat if I'm trying to ask you anything, so that I can get a feedback. Talking to a screen seems odd, so chat and comments are the only thing in which I can get in touch with you, so that I know that you're listening, you're not sleeping, and things are going. So what are we going to today? There are three sections. First is the foundation of branding, which has like three parts. What is a brand? Branding in the age of AI, and five pillars of branding. The second part is a little bit of hands-on. So I would request if you guys can grab a pen and a paper, or just like have a doc sheet ready anywhere, like on Notion, on Google Sheets, or Microsoft Word, anything. And then finally we'll have Q&A. Whatever you ask in comments or private chat, I would like love to give answers to them if I can. So, what is a brand? What comes to your mind when I say the word brand? Looking for like, I'm reading comments as of now. Like, if you can tell me what hits you in the head when I say brand. Apple, Apple, yes, famous and known. Thanks, Joy. Thanks, Nadi. A person, nice. Keshav, okay. Identity, yes. Utsav. So mostly logo, color, font, just do it. I'm loving it. A bottle, a clown, an entity. Thank you, Pratik. Recognition, yes. Henel, I just thank you so much. Exactly. Okay. Bimal, you are like thinking on what I'm trying to point at. Okay. Before I point at something, can you guess this brand? What I'm talking about in these five pictures? Which brand am I talking about in these five images, six images? Studio, okay, Priyank, thank you. Apple, okay. Canva, okay. Universal, okay. Like if I say all these are ads for perplexity, would you guys like now connect the dots? So there is a design language in all of them. There is a statement in all of them. There is something that they're trying to tell you, and it's all very consistent. So this is how brands make you feel. I'll go to the next slide. Guess this brand: innovative, sleek, premium, creative, and desirable. I don't think this would be hard. Again, it's like a question for the chat. Which brand am I talking about? A&D. Samsung. Nice. I can see a heated debate going on. Seems to be on a mobile phone. Yes. Mercedes. Nice. Too hard to guess, but Casio. Okay. Okay, I would say that, but they haven't changed their designs in a long while. So are they still creative? Coming to the point, a brand isn't what you say it is what your customers say it is. What you are saying, matlab, what you feel about Casio is basically these five things you are trying to say. If Casio comes and say I'm innovative, I'm sleek, it is bullshit. But when the customer starts saying the same thing, it matters to them. So this was some Marty guy who said this. Google Pixel makes sense, Pratik. So let's discuss. Like when I say the Geo versus Airtel debate, what do you feel about them? Both of them tell you that Geo and Airtel sells 5G services, 4G services. But what is the key difference in both of them? I slightly agree to RJN.in. So the difference between Geo and Airtel, Motabhai, nice. So this is what we talk about Geo, but they never said it. They never say it. Costing, yes. But don't you think the plans are like almost they cost the same, but Geo position themselves with free Wi-Fi and everything else. Geo started acquiring customers by giving Airtel better service, disruption, yes. So now we are like getting a conversation going on what we feel about these brands. Even though they don't talk about it, they don't talk about acquiring customers, they don't talk about anything else, but in our minds Geo is associated to those parts. So that is the power of a brand. That is what the brand does. Geo is new for people, Airtel is for veterans. The connect, Geo, you feel it came in 2016, you feel it's new, and Airtel like has been there for years. Now for the second part, if we talk about Apple versus Dell, like what are your thoughts on this? No comparison, it's not Apple to Apple. Nice one, Priyank. I would use that someday. So gets the job done. Both of them are PCs. You can code on both of them, but there is a slight association to Apple, and there are different associations to Dell. Because when I bought my first laptop, it was probably a Dell because it has that reliability. People thought कि Dell के laptop बहुत ज़्यादा चलते हैं. So again, this is the power of a brand. This is what constitutes a brand. What people think about your brand. So brand is equal to trust plus recall plus meaning. If you talk about recall, I remember that the first Dell I bought, it was because it was sturdy, टूटेगा नहीं वो, warranty अच्छी है. And in the chat, people were commenting on Geo ka disruption and everything else. So this is the recall and meaning, the premium, the luxuriness of it, the trust, the reliability part that everybody's talking about. So brand is a combination of all these. Brand is not just your logo, text, photo, blah blah blah. That is just a component of it. When we come to the five pillars of branding, we'll come that visual identity is a very small speck in the universe of branding. So the key takeaway is brand is equal to trust plus recall plus the meaning that you are trying to provide. So for an AI startup where most users don't understand the tech deeply, brand needs to build trust faster than the tech specs. So in our case, for apes, when we are making AI solutions, the most important part is we need to be trustworthy to them. that we are able to give the trust that our users want. So this is what chat gpt told me, and like I added a tinge of salt, but I don't think it was worth mentioning that I had any contribution to it, so I would just like move forward to this. So branding in the age of AI. So now we come to the topic again. I would reiterate the part that it includes three parts: trust and trust. Combination of these three things will make you a disruptor in terms of how do you position yourself in what you are trying to do. And now you might say कि बोल तो बहुत रहे हो आप ट्रस्ट के बारे में, but what do I mean by that trust part? So most AI startups currently focus on capabilities. Even tech startup focus on capabilities. हम लोग ये करते हैं, हम लोग वो करते हैं, but we don't see what our users want from us. So like if McDonald's starts saying ki we make an aloo patty in deep fried in this, it has so much amount of spices, so much amount of salt, it won't matter. It's like it just says I'm loving it. It just KFC just says finger licking good. So they don't talk about the specs. They don't talk about the capabilities. They talk about how they would make you feel about it, and they talk about what they would do to what is the value that they're providing you. So in case you are working on something, in case you are, let's say, just working on a new notion, tell them what it can do for you. It can make your work faster. If you are making a new zoom, if you are making an AI powered zoom, tell them we would give you basically, you don't need to write the charts again, you don't need to write any notes again, because we'll do it for you. Don't talk about what NLP or everything else that you're using. Tell them how do they make it you feel. Now here, like, this is like a very personal rant which I have been discussing about with like a couple of folks that I know. Do I need to know if I'm talking to a bot or not? I would like the chat to respond to this. Let's say you have a bot. I go onto a website to buy something, and then there's a bot. As a user, do I need to know that I'm talking to a bot, or it should feel so seamless that it should feel like a person, that I'm talking to a person, I'm having a real life conversation? Sell dreams, not features. It should feel like a person. Anil, if does the job, then doesn't matter. Keshav is saying no, not necessary as long as I'm getting the info I need. Okay. Depend on the ticket size. Okay. Malab, Priyank, that is a very corporate reply to everything. What's your name? It depends who's asking. It should feel like a person. There should be an indication that it's a bot. Rajan, you seem like a UX designer. Seven man, yes, yes. So like my personal rant begins with the part that I feel there should be some sort of indicator that the person realizes that he's not talking to a human, so that there is like a difference between the real world and the AI world. So if they all start talking like us, then who will we talk to? Like real humans or AIs? So okay, this is a very personal rant, but I guess a lot of people agree to me. I would like give 100 points to Rajan for saying the exact same thing that I was trying to tell. Thank you so much. Didn't understand the question. Seven man, I would repeat it for you. If I go on a website and buy something there, I'm trying to buy something there, and there's a chat bot which is run by an which is run through AI. Do I need to know that I'm talking to an AI, or I don't need to know that? I've seen Arlingus bots who are upfront declare that you're chatting to a bot, but the quality of chat with their WhatsApp bot is quite good. Thank you so much. I would love to try it out. Now we come to the 5 pillars of branding. So these are the 5 ones: purpose, personality, consistency, voice and tone, and visual identity. So I would reiterate over here that visual identity is a very little part of everything else. So apart from visual identity, there's a whole universe of things that you really need to take care of when you are doing branding for yourself. So like, be it AI or not for AI, all those 5 elements would be very important to you as we move forward. So the first thing is purpose. Why do you exist beyond revenue? पैसा तो सबको चाहिए, but what is your vision, what is your mission? For example, OpenAI says ensuring artificial general intelligence benefits to all of humanity, and LLA's beyond revenue thing is jagruk janta. They ultimately wants to make people jagruk. So that is the purpose. So first define why are you doing this. It can sometimes, when you're starting, when you're building something new, it can purely be, I just like doing it, that's why I'm doing it. I Money theek hai, it will come. But as you grow a bit older, or even on day one, you can have like a very far-fetched vision, like I want to put a rocket on Jupiter. So first thing is purpose. The second part is personality. Like how do you say, if your brand was a person, what kind of person it would be? So for example, Android would be a kid next door, and Apple would be like a rich kid in the compound. So now, like, back to questions, because I really love when you guys like type something and they are not what I thought the answers would be. So thank you so much for doing that to me. So the question is, if I say the sage, the sant, the sadhu sant, if I say that as a keyword, which brand comes to your mind when I say the word sage? Sadhguru. Too literal. Patanjali. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sage, Patanjali, Isha Foundation. Nice. Blue Buddha. Old traditional minimal. Yes. So Astro Sage. Again. Okay. Tata. Nice. Pradeek, like, I really like the connotation. Himalaya. Yes. Why not? The sages sit there. ISKCON. Okay. Okay. All of them sound sage to you because that is the personality that they're trying to tell you. Now, if I say the creator, which brands would you count under creator? LLA. Nice, Varnidhi. Samsung. Yes, they keep updating that. Apple. Okay. Again, SpaceX, YouTube, Canva. YouTube too literal. Nike. Okay. I don't know. Nice brand name. Okay. Now the next thing is the rebel. If I say the word the rebel, the rebellious kid who's trying to disrupt something. Geo, matlab, it might come, but Unilever. Okay. So in this case, when we are talking about a rebel, I would love, like, if you nothing is a rebel. Yes, Prabhas. Zepto. Okay. Adani. Okay. Too political. Physics wala. Telegram. Yes. X to some extent. Yes. After the rebrand part, they appear like a rebel to me as well. Rapido. The rebel. Nothing phone. Scalar AI. Okay. So now you see, like, why a personality is important. What are you trying to put your brand somewhere? Torrent. Yes, perfect. Torrent is rebel. Apple, Tesla, Mahindra, Chinese brands. Okay, Akula, like, I feel all those were rebels when they started, but right now I really don't think I would call Apple and rebel. But a personal opinion. This is like a very personal opinion. This is how you feel about a brand. DeepSeek. Yes, DeepSeek can be called a rebel. Cool. Next is voice and tone. So if your startup would like to speak, how would it sound? So like a chat GPT sounds like a very calm and neutral vibe. Mid Journey is a more tech friendly guy. more the community approach. That's why like they are very active on Discord. So that gives you like a very techie guy feel. And then Figma radiates a collaborative spirit that Adobe lacked. So I agree, like Figma can also be counted as a rebel in the previous discussion. So the next part was voice and tone. Then finally we come to the visual identity part. It includes fonts, colors, your layout, your photography style, just like perplexity that we did with. And this also includes your logo, typefaces, everything else. So there are like a couple of tricks. How do you approach? So like if you want to sound approachable, use very rounded fonts. If you want to sound technical, use monospaced fonts, the coder kind of a guy. And then use gradients versus flat tones depending on what you're trying to portray. Gradients are mostly used in the maximalist concept, and flat tones portray a very minimalistic vibe. So for tools, you can use Canva. I guess already know that. FontJoy for type pairing. Type pairing is a very important concept. Which two fonts would go head on head with each other? So that is like a very deeply researched psychological concept. I won't go deep into it, but you can make a note of to study type pairing. It'll be a fun exercise to go through. And then Luca for AI powered logo ideas. You can, Pallav, I was exploring Luca like half an hour ago and it's super fun to use. Hashtag this is not a paid promotion. Brand guide is must along with logo and tagline. Definitely, Rishabh. Thank you so much for like echoing the views. The next part is consistency. So now when you're talking about a brand, you should always be consistent. From your letterhead, from your email, from your blog, everything should feel like it comes from you. So the moment you see a LLA thumbnail, you know wo LLA ka hai. The moment you see an Apple ad, or like their website is minimal, their everything is pretty minimal. So they're consistently doing what they like doing, and that's how your brand is propagated. Miss a point, either people won't, let's say like, so now here like there is a very beautiful design concept of disruption as well. So let's say if this the next slide becomes completely white, I'm sure all of you would try to look ki kya ho gaya, like why this change happened, and I would be able to gather your attention back to the slides. But in the branding thing, if you really want to disrupt, you have to disrupt like not from black and white, just like Jaguar did. So when they changed their consistency, it was like a huge splash, but now they are consistently following it until the very end, to all the creatives that they're making, to all, even the haircut of the models, even the cars that they're designing, they're sticking to it. So like, again, when you're doing this, ask, is your pitch deck aligned with your website? Do they look same? Is your product UI using the same tone as your emails? The voice is also very important, which we discussed earlier. And does your social media feel like your onboarding flow? Because we are using social media for people to come in to join whatever we are starting, to help us build it, or to be a customer. So if the onboarding flow is starkly different from our social media feed, there would be an instant disconnect and the drop off rates would be very high. So keep that consistency going along those lines as well. So like even the 404 pages, if they can be of the same vibe, it'll be good. So now we come to the part where we are building something together. So this is the part where I would like, I guess I would take just 10 seconds for you to open a doc, take some notes, to have a pen and a paper ready with you, because we are branding something for ourselves. This is a hands-on exercise. This will take around 15 minutes. And then if you want, I'll be giving you feedback on what you have done. So in this 15-minute exercise, you can use any AI tool that you want. Any attention you're negative is better than no attention at all. Thank you so much, Seven Man. Hey Kirti, are these guidelines matter for B2C, D2C brands, and also for B2C? Ashu, like I would like, please tag this. I would answer this question at the end of the session. Good question. I would like talk about it in a slight detail. So currently the session is not over. We are making something for 15 minutes. So use any AI tools that you want. We'll be doing 4 things The fourth one is a bit optional, but fun 2 and 3, all three, I would love that you guys, we do it together. So the first thing is a one-liner, personality traits of a brand voice, and name and fonts. So for one-liner, a concise statement of what your startup does, for whom, and what value it offers. Just focus on one value. Like if you're doing 10 things, don't focus on all 10 of them. Just focus on one. So the formula for this is we help put your target audience do what you're trying to do using how you are trying to do it so they can get this. Any doubts on this page? Like in case you don't ask me anything, I would like move to the next page. So for example, we help small D2C brands generate high converting product description using AI so they can launch faster and sell better. So here the keywords are D2C brands, high converting product description, AI, and launch faster and sell better. So these are the four fill in the blanks that you have to fill. The next slide is imagine your startup as a person. What kind of person it is? Like it can be friendly, it can be efficient, it can be clever, it can be a kid next door, it can be arrogant. I don't think anybody would like to start a startup which is arrogant, but it can be funny, it can be jovial. So like think of those traits. Again, use any AI tools that you want. Then we have your brand voice. Write one line in your brand voice. So when you hear like a Duolingo is the mascot of Duolingo is saying something, you know it's the green out. So demonstrate your brand's personality through a tagline, website headline, or a product message. It can be anything. So like if a friendly person is trying to sell you a phone, please can you take this phone, or I would love to sell it to you. If a funny person is trying to sell you something, it would be different. So example is like descriptions that sell for the same brand, generated by AI, polished by personality. So this is the third thing that I want you guys to do. And the fourth thing is what's in the name. If you are on the stage where you are trying to build something, when you are trying to start a startup, so this is something you can like put in together and give it a name. Draft a startup name, choose a sample font type combo. You can use MS Word, Slides, Figma, anything for this. That's it. And then for example, in this cases, name is Launch Buddy. Font can be Inter and Playfair display. Colors are like warm beige, and some mood board words so that you are able to expand the brand together. So I hope there are no doubts in this. So if you are able to achieve what's in a name, it's great. But if you are not able to achieve the brand voice, the personality trait, and the one liner part, all good to go. I just need a thumbs up in the chat so that I know like the message is loud and clear, because I'll be giving you 15 minutes to work on this. Thanks, Joy. So like once you are done, like after, we'll put a timer of 10 minutes, stopwatch, blue hand timer. Thank you so much, Keshav, for this. So I'll put after 10 minutes, whatever you guys want to share, just like put it in the chat. Can you tell this in a concise way? Okay, 7 man, like we are trying to build 3 things right now. I would repeat it for everyone. The first thing is a one liner. Can you go back where the all 4 tasks are listed? Okay. Nidhi, I would like some help of yours if you are around. So I would like put all the concise details in the chat so that like you can go through it if you want again. So what are the 4 things that are needed? Just give me a moment. Seven Man, like, is your nickname being savage? So again, I would repeat before it comes in your chat. I would just repeat it. The first thing is like a one-liner, a concise statement of what your startup does. Thank you so much, Nivedan. So this is the formula. We help your target audience do what you're trying to do using what, and then so they can benefit from it. The second is the personality traits your startup would have. And the third thing is a line in your brand voice. It can be anything. It can be just like we sell deos, we sell laptops. But in your brand's voice, it should be friendly if you're trying to be friendly. It should be arrogant if you're trying to be arrogant. It should be funny if you're trying to be funny. So that's it. So I would just like, what's in a name? I guess this is a slightly bigger exercise. If you are able to do it, we'll see how we can get the feedback on it. So you guys have 15 minutes, but you can start posting things after 10 minutes. And please don't overthink on this because this is a very, very, very initial exercise. So just do it, Nike. So I would just like put myself on hold and let's see if you are able to get something out of it. Hi Vimal, like I'm sharing point 3 on the screen, you can see. Pankaj, answering to your question, like can a book be a brand? I would like to suggest that instead of making book the brand, it would be better if you can make author a brand, so that when you write a next book, you don't have to rebuild another book as a brand. You can use your brand to sell the another book. Hello. I guess I'm back. I would just begin like where I left the conversation with Pankaj. Pankaj, I agree you are a DevOps engineer, but now you are trying to do something else. Like everybody here is doing something, and now they are trying to move out and do something else. So when you're trying to do that, you don't I don't want the brand to be called Pankaj a DevOps engineer, but Pankaj an author. So how are you able to take that leap? How are you able to do that? So now coming to Rishabh and Karuna, both of you, like, you have done it well, done it nicely. Everything is on point, but the personality traits are missing. I guess like if you're able to add that, it would be lovely. Sophisticated and approachable. Thank you. Naturally made, effortlessly worn. Okay. A friend is usually helping, so going for friendly and helping personality traits. Okay, khata mitra, nice, makes sense. So whenever like we do our taxes, we go to someone who's a friend, or like we pay to an accountant. Okay, Joy, all your notes, bookmark, inspiration, articles and images in one single private second brain, accessible anywhere, anytime. Okay, nice, thank you for elaborating on that. So Joy moved a bit away from what was the formula, but he has come out well. It works. I just feel bookmarks, inspiration, articles, and images in one single private second brain. It's getting a bit long for a user to be attentive towards it. So if you can shorten it a bit, it'll be very easy for users to connect what you are trying to do. It can be like never miss a note or never miss an image. Okay, Karuna, brand voice line, style made personal, fashion made effortless. Color palette, deep midnight black. Okay, just like my MacBook. Okay, 00 is like just black. Okay, luxury and sophistication, typography, Monstera, modern, clean, and luxury feel. Okay, so like when you're trying to portray luxury, I would really advise you to do something like this. Goes for everyone, not just to Karuna, if I'm like taking your name right. Go to a wine shop and look at expensive wines, and most of them would have like a sans serif. So sans serif typefaces is mostly like Times New Roman, where like you have like certain protrusions at the end of the line. So those are serif fonts. Sans serif are the fonts that are in this chart with no protrusions, only the form follows function kind of a thing. So when you're trying to portray luxury, use a serif font instead of a monstera. I would recommend you to use a serif font. Try that and see how it goes. I guess I'm able to give feedback to Karuna. Done. Rishabh, yes, like I really love the line from paper trails to digital tales. It sounds like a tongue twister, but it gets the job done. Beautifully written. And at the end, your accountant will thank you. And that's how the friendly and approachable part comes in. Script fonts for elegance. Yes. Thanks. Okay. Anybody else, or like should we move ahead? Are we done with this exercise? We help our customers take vitamins to improve their brain power. Easy, helpful, green flag, brain friendly. Okay. We help our customers take vitamins to improve their brain power. Priyank, like I would like that part to a bit extended. Like, how are you able to achieve it? Are you sending someone with the vitamins in their pocket to your customer's house and asking them, please lay low? Or you're using something like a reminder or using tech to do that. So if you're able to mention that, it becomes add more clarity to your first statement. That's it. Like the half part is done, you just need to extend it and complete the sentence. That's it. Anybody else with anything? I would just wait for like, let's say 30 more seconds. If something pops up, it's fine. Else, like, we would just move forward. Cool. Moving forward. Feedback time. That this is what has happened. What you guys showed. I have already given feedback on this. So this feedback time was of the past. Q&A. Now, like, I'm open to all the question and answers that you're having. I guess we'll take this for next 5 minutes. If you have anything, there was one question regarding B2C and B2B. Are these guidelines matter more for B2C, D2C, and also for B2B? Okay, Ashu, like, since we are on that, we can talk about it if you are around. I can like elaborate on that part. So Monstera 7 Man is saying Monstera was widely used font before, not used these days. I think. Still people use it quite often. It's used like Hey Kirti. Okay. So Ashu's question is there. I would go back to the guidelines. So I guess we were on these guidelines. So they work for all sort of brands. There is not a specific distinction that when you are working directly towards customers or directly towards businesses. Sometimes when there is the design sense is not there, people might ignore it. But what happens is deep down we are wired to see that everything is connected. It feels good. That's why the consistency part, visual identity would definitely be there. Your personality, everything needs to be there in all sort of brands. So I'll give you like a funny, not so there was a painter called Pete Mondrian. So Mondrian just painted rectangles. If you just Google his paintings, they would be, हाँ ठीक है पेंटिंग ही तो है, ये तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. Like, why is Mondrian famous? So what happened is, one some of the researchers thought कि this is a good interesting problem to dwell. क्या कोई भी पीट मॉन्ट्रेन की तरह पेंटिंग कर सकता है? So what they did, they used AI to generate a couple of images just like Pete Mondrian, but randomly, and all of them were exhibited in a gallery, and people were asked to vote which painting do you like the most. So to make sense of this, I would really love all of you to Google in a parallel device what Pete Mondrian used to paint. And researchers were surprised to see that Pete Mondrian की original paintings को सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद किया गया rather than the other ones. Other ones को भी पसंद किया गया, but the most votes went to the original one. It's because there is a symmetry. Humans are subconsciously wired to see those things, and they have like a subconscious affinity towards consistent things. So if you are able to deliver consistently good things to people, you, the affinity towards you being like a reliable person increases. So I think whatever brand you're making, be it B2C or B2B, try to follow all these, and there would be definitely an iota of change that has happened or that is happening. Okay, Seven also widely diverging from the norm for fonts and colors is generally not a good idea these days. Okay, like there are set formulas. If you go to Figma, you will see design systems, and most of the stuff these days are following those rules. Okay, so rules are meant to be broken, but we should know the rules so that we are able to break them. So I guess that is something that I would like to give to you guys, that know the rules, know the design system, know how a design system works, know what font sizes are, know why they are like that, know about golden ratio. But then if you feel like you want to break this and be the rebel that we discussed in one of the slides, go be a rebel and go achieve what you want to achieve. So I guess it's good to know the formulas, but it's okay to not follow them and do something else. So I guess I would slightly disagree with you, Seven Man. That's it. Okay, I guess, do we have any more questions? I'll wait again for 30 seconds. Okay, I don't think they're there. In case you have any questions, first of all, thank you so much. You can like get in touch with me on LinkedIn and we can like discuss something if we have the bandwidth to do that. So thank you so much. You have been like a very, very, very interactive audience. And thank you so much for giving out your time on a Saturday night. I guess as Nidhi said it in the beginning, I guess it was happening. So thank you.
It definitely was happening. So thank you guys. Thank you for taking time out. Thank you, Kirti, for sharing all the valuable insights and answering all the questions. Joy has one question, which is, will you be sharing the PPT? I think this is a classic question that we receive at the end of each webinar.
Definitely joy. It would be a joy to send you the PPT.
So I guess that answers all the questions. Thank you guys. Thank you, Kirti, for joining us.
Thank
That's
you,
it
Nidhi.
for today.
See ya.
So if you're still there and you like the session, let's thank Kirti for taking it. Thank you so much. Thanks much. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have a question too, but it's not related to A. As long as it's related to branding, I think we can take one more question.
Yes. Anil, you can go ahead. I'm just reading what Seven Man is writing. If design system is a primary strength and that's your business, then yes, sure, you should experiment. Like people pay attention to the madman. Madmen are remembered, but if design is not your forte, you should follow the rules. Definitely, man. I cannot disagree to this. Completely agree what you're saying.
Awesome, then that's it. Let's wrap it up. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Have a great
Bye
Saturday now on.
bye. Bye bye. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you so much. Bye.